Hello and welcome to Meanwhile in the Falklands, the podcast from FITV, recorded right here in the Falkland Islands.
Ooh, it's so exciting.
Yeah, I'm changing it up. I'm trying to make it a little bit more exciting, a little bit different each time.
It's very different. Yes, we are in the Falkland Islands.
I'm only saying this, listener, because we've had our first snowfall of winter.
Yay.
Now, if you're listening to this and it's not the day that we've uploaded it, and it's like 3 years from now, it's May in the Falkland Islands and it's coming into winter. This is because we're in the southern hemisphere. I feel that's something that some people can't quite grasp.
You weren't very school teacher then.
Did I?
Yes.
No.
We're in the southern hemisphere, and this is how seasons work. And if you listened to the podcast last week, you'll know that I was complaining that it's May and about to be winter because this is wrong.
And you've had full-blown snow now.
And now it's snowing outside, so I've had to have a crash course in. Well, I say crash course in learning how to drive in the snow, but I haven't crashed a car driving in the snow. But
no, Katharyn's parents, she's okay.
I'm fine. I nearly froze to death this morning, but that's
another
story. That's a story for another day. But yeah, so it's weird because obviously in the UK, this amount of snow, you know, all the schools would be shut, people wouldn't be driving to work, cars would be abandoned at the side of the road, and everyone's here. It's like, okay, well, I'll just brush enough snow off my windscreen to see, and off we go.
Yep. Do you not find also, Danny, I love the Public Works Department, and I love the fact that they grit the roads that they do, but in an ideal world, I'd really like them to grit the pavements and grit all the roads. That would be great.
It's annoying because the quickest way down from where we work down into town to get to places is going down Philomel Hill, and down Philomel Hill they don't grit it, and it's just nice. And I like how there's just a few cones stopping you from going down, but it's not covering the whole road, so it's like we don't recommend you drive down this hill, but feel free if you want to.
If you want to, you just end up in the harbour.
You may do, you may not. Take your chances with it.
All the children will be out later, tobogganing down there, I'll tell you.
Oh, that's fun.
Straight into the harbour.
Yeah.
And we'll report on it, so it'd be great. Yes, that would be lovely. Anyway, yes, winter has now arrived in the Falklands. We're only a couple of weeks off the middle of... Actually, no, we are. Yeah, we're a couple of weeks off midwinter, aren't we?
Yeah, when is midwinter? Because I'm so confused with the seasons. I can't...
22nd of June.
Okay, because I can't fully figure out when the season is meant. In the UK, I'd be like, yeah, this is when spring starts, and this is when Midsummer's Day is. But here, I'm like, what's the season? I feel my brain has just stopped working on, and I cannot figure it out. And I'm like, I don't know when midwinter's meant to be. Are we in winter yet? Is it still autumn?
They have actually cancelled the midwinter swim.
They have.
Because of the Medivac situation, but not that we've ever lost anyone in the midwinter swim that I know of.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems that has anyone ever been Medivac'd away from Surf Bay?
No, but I suppose it's a first time for everything. I suppose you
true.
could go in there and you have a massive heart attack because it's so cold.
And I guess we don't want to risk anything considering that the Medivac situation is difficult at the moment.
Yeah.
But
so the reason we are talking about weather so much is because Katharyn and I went out while Jonny and Hannah were filming the Falklands in Focus news this week.
In a nice warm studio, might I add.
Katharyn and I went out and filmed the court reports. There's been a couple of cases that have concluded this week. There's a coroner's court that you reported on and a judicial review that I did. So we went out and filmed those. It was very cold.
It was incredibly cold, and I've got some really nice thick winter gloves from Mountain Warehouse or somewhere like that. Nice proper outdoor gloves, but they're quite thick and bulky, and therefore I cannot click record on a camera or use the phone.
So if you're a glove manufacturer out there and you've got a pair of gloves that are really, really nice and warm and thick, but have got that, it's like a magnetic thing on it, isn't it?
They put some touchscreen connectivity or whatever it's called in your gloves, please, because I couldn't wear my gloves when Paula was filming her court report, and it was quite a long court report.
It was lengthy.
It was lengthy, and then Paula got halfway through, said a wrong word, and said, "Oh, we're going to have to start again." And I was like, "No, Paula, no, we are not. We're not starting this again.
Pictures of the court.
We are going to soldier through this because I was so cold I could not feel my hands. It was painfully cold.
They go that way, don't they?
So we've got some great bloopers of me looking cold.
Anyway, let's move on from there. We've got some people who we've gathered along in our... I like to think we're like the Pied Piper, and they're just like, you know, off we go, playing our tune, and people are following us. So we want to say hello to Dave Sisson, who apparently listens to us. Is he walking his dog?
I
walking his dog?
can't remember now, but I read his YouTube comment that he left on our YouTube video the other day. A really nice comment because he does stuff with Southern Australia, like research into sort of remote communities.
Okay.
And he says he listens to our podcast on his walks.
Oh, great.
And so...
If you've got a dog, Dave, I mean, seriously, Dave, we need pictures of dogs. There's a lot of people I follow on Twitter and I simply follow them just because of their dogs.
But yeah, so I think that's a good reason to follow people. Completely distracted now by dogs and completely forgot what I was going to say. But hi Dave, if you're listening on your walk.
Talking of dogs, look how this neatly falls together. It's like it just writes itself. Talking of dogs, we were going to have the gorgeous Arthur, who is a cross between I don't know, but he's like that.
He's a little dog.
He's a little dog, and he's gorgeous.
Little fluffy dog.
He's a cross between two breeds that sound really odd. And one of them's got a Z in it, I think. Bichon Frise and a Shih Tzu.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what breed he is.
I think that's it. He's lovely. He's called Arthur. He was going to come and join us on the sofa this week, a la Blue Peter. Yeah. But his owner said he would come next week.
That's very exciting.
And I'm on the sofa next week.
Oh, Paula, I might just happen to be on the sofa with you as well next week.
Arthur as well in between.
That would be fun, because Arthur joins our ukulele club now.
He does.
And he is a great accompaniment with his little squeaky toy.
Yeah.
As we're going through the songs, Arthur will just squeak away.
Or he'll just fall asleep in front of it.
To the calming ukulele music.
Yeah.
Arthur is fantastic. Very excited for next week.
So last weekend, we are on Thursday the 27th of May. So Monday the 24th of May was Empire Day, and here in the Falklands that is still celebrated with the May Ball. Now May Ball is on 2 nights. It's on a Friday night and a Saturday night, and on the Friday night they do the crowning for the Prince Charming and the May Queen and the May Princess. So we went along to that. What did you think? This was your first May Ball?
It was my first May Ball. I was really impressed, actually. It was a really fun night. Even though we were filming the first night, I still thought it was really enjoyable. And it was so nice to see all the kids sort of dressed up in their ball gowns and doing all the dancing. Because I've been going to dance lessons, so seeing them sort of go from like jeans and trainers and hoodies to then all dressed up in their ball gowns, I didn't recognise half of them.
It's proper.
It's
proper ball gowns.
Yes, proper ball gowns. They're so gorgeous when they're doing the spinning and the way the dresses just floated around. I was like, oh my goodness. But no, really fun couple of nights, I thought. Yeah,
there was a young lady there that had a blue dress on. It was at the most beautiful shade of pale blue with like this. Oh, it was just lovely. Yeah, it is. It's very traditional, very traditional. And we did interview Norma Edwards when we were there. She remembered her first. I don't think it's made into the programme.
It didn't make it into the programme, no. But
she had her first May Ball in 1954. Did she say?
I'm not sure if it was the early 60s. She said I couldn't hear her properly. It was the sound was not the best because of loud music.
Yeah, and 1954. I'm sure she said was her first May Ball, and in those days they had to wear gloves. There's some very very strict rules that ladies wore gloves, because I remember interviewing one of the Lang daughters actually, who remembers her May Ball, and she was one of the first persons to not wear white gloves, and she said it caused quite a stir.
Oh wow!
Wearing these long black gloves, they didn't like that. So now we're joined by Hannah and Jonny. I had to look at you then to just remind myself who you were.
God, can you believe it? Worked with me for what, 3.5 years? Can't remember my name.
It's because you've been out of this room so long, Hannah. Exactly. Now you're not in this office.
You're the new me.
Now you're not in this office. Paula just doesn't know who you are.
I have no idea who you are. So for those listening, and you, David, who are on your walk, Hannah and Jonny have been working on the programme. You had a couple of issues with the What's On guide, I believe. That's what I was hearing.
Oh, I don't want to go over it.
Are you quite depressed?
Jonny
I'm already depressed enough by the
traumatised.
Yeah. Gosh. We move on. Learn
by our mistakes.
Yeah.
So the May Ball, which was on the Friday night, the Saturday night we all went along as a jolly, really. You danced, Jonny.
I did, yeah. Well, you took me out on the dance floor.
I did give you a little spin around the dance floor, yeah.
We were trying to teach Jonny some of the dancing.
It was all right, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I've seen worse.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm very impressed. Okay. I actually think that the May Ball footage from this year is the best May Ball we've ever filmed ever.
You reckon?
That's what I'm putting.
I think you're quite right. We were on DSLRs and phones, iPhones.
Look, good. I thought it looked amazing. Good. Like compared to the other stuff, loads of variety of shots.
And because
nice
we
colours.
were all there, I think we were all, we did all the basic stuff. We had everything we needed, so we started experimenting. You did a time lapse. Did that work out all right?
Yeah, it looked all right. I don't know if that was mine or
I know. I
Steve's,
think
but...
it was mine that I used because I did a whole dance.
Yeah.
And I think you'd just done a little clip, so it's quite
Yeah.
short, so I couldn't use that one. But I saw your idea of the time lapse.
Okay.
I took your idea.
That, then.
I took your idea and I
That's
ran
me
with
been
it.
told.
Well, Hannah just didn't film for long enough.
Steve did a slow-mo.
That didn't make it either. None of the slow-mos made the cut.
No, I don't think they didn't work properly.
No,
Katharyn's just cut out all the decent shots.
When they come into because they've been filmed at 120, you have to slow-mo it down, but there's enough frames in there for you to slow it down.
Find which ones
Didn't even look at them. Didn't even look at the shots. So much footage they didn't even get looked at.
It took me a whole day to go through the Mabel footage. So by the end of it, I wasn't really.
You were
wanting.
lucky. It used to take us at least 4 days in the past because what we used to do is interview every single girl who was taking part, and then you'd have to go through all the footage that we did that evening and pick out all the bits where they're dancing and put it over their interviews. So we don't do that anymore. Yeah, you're lucky. So Hannah's just been a little bit inappropriate, so we've cut that bit out in case you're wondering why it all dipped to silent at that point.
Sorry, Mum.
So that was the May Ball on the weekend. Coming into this week, Tuesday, for the first time in 39 years, the Atlantic Conveyor had its very own memorial service, which we went along to.
Why this year?
Apparently, it was because Tina Ormond said, "Let's do it." It's one of the few that doesn't. You're quite right. It's one of the few that doesn't have its own memorial service. But the first time in 39 years, it's actually open to because it's got the road is done. Whereas before, because where it is, sorry, listener, I'm gesticulating. So where it is, it's near the Cape Pembroke Lighthouse, and up until a couple of years ago, there wasn't a road there. It was all on off-road. FITV have been bogged on that road twice, I have to say.
Wait,
and I was in the car both times. No, when it was all off-road. When we filmed a wedding at the Lighthouse, 2014, 2015. And we had it was off-road to get there. I hate off-road driving. I drove the FITV car there. Paul was navigating. He went, yeah, we can make this thing that we were going over. We didn't. We actually had to be pulled out by the wedding car.
God.
Yeah.
Ruined the wedding.
Ruined the wedding, so we don't do that anymore. But yeah, they've got a road to it now, so... but gosh, it was cold.
It looked really snowy.
It had been snowing all morning, hadn't it? And then it stopped. The sun came out. It looked fine. We got there at 12 o'clock. At 12:15, they were starting the memorial service, and of course, the snow came in.
We were all right. We went up to Teal Inlet, and actually, it was okay. Apart from when we pressed stop on the filming, we finished. The minute we stopped, snow.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was. As we were driving out there, we went through a few little sort of snow flurries, but it was absolutely fine the whole time we were filming.
Flurry.
Yeah. Look at me. But yeah, literally the minute we stopped, we were walking back to throw the kit away and it started snowing. We were like, oh my goodness, we finished just in time.
In the nick.
Yeah.
So
there was some Navy guys there. Honestly, they looked so cold.
Oh.
They weren't wearing gloves. One guy had what I could only describe as a light jacket on, camo light jacket.
Ooh.
And he was shivering. I could see him shaking where I was. Oh, he's going to be poorly if he's not careful.
I find it amazing how the guys do it at Liberation Day around the monument. Do you remember that year? I wasn't here, but I remember seeing footage where it was absolutely hammering it down.
2012.
Snow.
I think I'm sure we've discussed that before. There was me and the BBC cameraman who were like, yeah, this is great because our lenses were nice and clear. Whereas Reuters and ITV were on the other side of the monument and had snow straight in their
I remember
lens.
you telling me this at my interview. You told this story and you're like, we know the best locations
we were
to go.
Fantastic. We were brilliant. We were like, he was laughing. Boiler suit on, though. You need your boiler suit on. Yeah, you're quite right. Absolutely chucked it with snow.
Yeah.
Chucked it with snow. I
don't know how they stand for so long. I guess maybe they're built for that kind of thing, you know? Hardy men.
They have to.
And women.
Yeah. This Navy guy, at the end of the service, I went up to him and I said, how long are you going to be in the Falklands? I don't know, he thought it was a come on. How long are you going to be in the Falklands?
I've only got a few weeks left.
And he went, I'm going to be here 3 months. I went, you're going to need some gloves.
Were you in
my gloves.
In that saucy red dress? Is that why?
I was in jeans. I said, look, do you want my gloves? Because you're going to need a pair of gloves here. He went, oh yeah, I have got gloves. Then wear them. Get your top-rated socks on.
Warm.
Yeah, for goodness sake, man, get your gloves on. as Katharyn learnt this morning.
As I learnt this morning, after I'd finished filming the call report, Paula was like, Katharyn, have you got gloves? I was like, yeah, they're in the car. She's like, put on your gloves. I was like, I can't.
That's one thing we must invest in is pairs of gloves that you can still touch the phone screens on and stuff.
Yeah,
this is a problem. We've already discussed this.
Yeah.
My gloves are just
so
too
if
warm.
North Face or anyone like that want to send us some free gloves, we would welcome
mine.
Oh no, have you not seen my gloves? My gloves are the mittens that fold down.
Oh yeah.
So then they
They
become...
were the ones I was trying to tell you
Jonny
about.
showed me them.
Yeah, they're actually really good. And then you just roll around with mittens, which I actually think mittens are more stylish than normal gloves.
Yeah, but how are you going to pick anything up with
I
mittens?
remember, this is a funny story, once when I went to a Christmas light switch on with some friends, and one of my friends had these really thick mittens, and we met Barney Harwood from Blue Peter, and we got a picture with him, and he called my friend Mittens Girl, and then we were walking back past to go home, and we saw him again, like, giving people autographs, so we were like, oh, we'll get Barney's autograph, and he's like, oh, look, it's Mittens Girl!
Oh, he remembered you!
He remembered us, because she had mittens on.
Do you remember those mittens you used to get as a child that had the piece of string that went round the back, so when you put them in your jacket, they're connected? Why don't they do those for adults?
Or elastic.
Yeah, elastic, so you don't lose your mittens, or clips, so you can clip them onto your cuffs.
Do it.
Mine have clips.
Look
so.
at this, my
Oh,
gloves, I can clip them
I'll get
together,
you the jump
so I
clip
can't
too.
lose them.
That's good.
I'm demonstrating now, the listener can't see, and I'm struggling to demonstrate.
This is audio, Katharyn.
I
Yeah.
know, but look at
I
this.
don't know whether they went through that
No, I
during
know
the
they
degree.
clip together, but they
Look
don't
at
clip. They don't
So I
clip
can't lose my gloves.
to your
For the listener,
jacket.
that can't see, I'm demonstrating something incredible,
Handcuff
and you're all
gloves.
missing out because my gloves have a
We
clip.
need gloves. Listen, if you're sitting around and you go, do you know what? I will send some gloves to FITV. Just send them. FITV,
Yeah.
Falkland
If you want us
Islands.
to
It will
stop
get
talking
to
about
us.
gloves for the past 10 minutes,
Stop
then
us talking
send
about
us some
gloves. Send us some.
How many times have we said the word glove?
Oh, that's a fun game.
But listen, North Face, if you're listening, and you need to tag them into this. The
Okay.
hashtag North Face. North Face, if you want to send us some kit, that'd be great, and we will just drop your name in everything. Just put FITV Falkland Islands. It gets to us. That's the beauty of this place. Coming up this week, though, is the craft exhibition.
Ooh.
You got anything in this year?
I don't. No, I don't.
No.
No, I don't feel like I need to compete. My level of crafting is so good that I don't need to get any sort of prizes.
What
for
are you
it.
doing,
I'm
Katharyn?
entering some photographs because
Nice.
my level of craft is such that I want to win the prizes.
See,
I'm
the
very
thing is, though,
competitive.
photography,
It's a tricky,
it's a tough,
it's a very
Oh,
tricky
very
category.
tough.
I want to know, have you got any
Yeah.
nudes in this year, Paula?
Any what?
Nudes.
Nudes.
Do you remember when you put some nudes in?
What?
One year. Have you not heard this story?
That wasn't in the
No?
interview.
One year, Paula put some nudes into the craft
I did,
exhibition,
yeah.
and every time we walked past it and filmed it, everyone would go, "Oh, is that Steve?"
Oh God!
What?
Yeah, I painted a nude and I put it in the craft fair. And I admit it, when I took it in on the Friday night, I said to the guys, I've got a post-it note, if you want me to put a post-it note over the top of it. And they went, no, it's fine, it's art. I went, okay, that's great. So yeah.
Did you win anything for
I
it?
I think I got a
I think
second
you
or a
did.
third.
Are you entering anything this year?
I am entering some spinning.
Oh,
some
nice.
wool.
Was there specifically a nude category, or
Portrait.
Portrait.
self-portrait?
I think somebody else had done a portrait of a shearer shearing and that won first prize.
What would you rather see, a shearer shearing or a nude?
I
Fun
don't know.
way of saying it though, guys. A nude.
Send nudes.
Are you going to put anything in, Jonny?
I was thinking maybe my penguin drawing that I did at the
yeah.
craft
You've done a
fair.
The
penguin
Museum
drawing.
Community Day, yeah.
Not craft fair,
that was
sorry, yeah, Museum Community Day. If Helen can fish that out for me again, I'll get it framed up.
You do that.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, so that's the craft exhibition, both days this weekend, Saturday the 29th and Sunday the 30th of May, from 2 till 4 p.m. at the FIDF Hall.
Why do they do it on 2 days? Out of
Because
interest?
it's just so fantastic and we need 2 days.
Who judges it?
You are asked.
Is it secret judges like
Yeah,
May Wall?
secret
Ooh.
judges, usually people who've got an interest in that particular area, who are then not going to put stuff in.
Yeah.
Would be good.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Katharyn and I are going to film the exhibition, aren't
Yes.
we? Whereas you guys are going to the pool.
Well, Hannah's not. Me
I
and
know,
me
you
and
and
Ollie.
Ollie are.
Me and
Oh, you
Ollie.
and Ollie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boys' pool date.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute.
Boys' day out at the pool. I think only I'm getting in though, so I'm being
I
the
think
guinea
you should
pig
do
to
both of you get in the pool, go for a little swim.
little pool
tag team
party.
it.
It's going to be very interesting. It's interesting what it looks like.
I've seen a few photos.
Yeah.
I mean, not like I was here when it was actually open, but it looks good.
It's a long saga. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. A long saga.
It seems like a
Well,
long.
see if you can spot the tile that I put on the pool wall. When they started tiling it, me and Ollie and Tom went along to retiling.
Afterwards they actually took the
Yeah,
tile
I hate
off.
to tell you.
They
Yeah,
said,
they took it
it was
off.
only
they
fake news
did
for
not.
The,
but I put a tile on the wall, so I might go to the
the
pool
moment
just
you
to
turned
look.
around, it just fell down and they were...
No, it was
That's why it's
perfect.
been closed for so long.
Yeah, exactly. Katharyn and a dodgy tile.
No, it was perfect tiling, and see if you can spot my tile. It's one that's wonky in the row.
Yeah.
No, I did speak to somebody who's there, and they did say that you guys they took those tiles off.
Did they actually? Are you
No,
being
I'm not
serious?
joking. I'm being serious.
Why did they take them down?
Because they weren't done properly.
They were done perfectly. They told us how to do the tiles, so we put
There we
them
go.
on. I
Katharyn
can't
put it on
believe
her
this.
CV. No,
I
don't
can't
take
believe
that
this.
off.
I have photographic evidence of me putting this tile on the wall.
Oh, dear.
I'm disappointed.
Never mind. Right, so next week coming up, we also have the Legislative Assembly budget sitting. That's on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. So that's going to be a long one for us. Hopefully it's not until 1 o'clock like it was last time. The governor will be in his full uniform and come in and read the sort of State of the Nation address, followed by the budget sitting. So
Don't sound too excited, everyone.
it's going to be fun.
Can't wait.
Yeah. But anyway, wherever you are in the world, we're listening to this because we do have. I think we've got a listener in in America as well. So I hope you're doing all right. Wherever you are listening to this, hope you're all okay and keeping safe. Drop us a line, contact us on social media, or just so we know you're listening to us, and we're doing what you want really. If you want to watch along, it's week number 353.
Oh
so
no,
we've
it's
got
535.
sorry,
535.
535. What am I doing?
Paul's gone back in time.
535. It will have the May Ball on it. It's got the Atlantic Conveyor. It's got a story about Teal Inlet. It's got all the court reports that we've had this week. It's got loads of stuff, more stuff than you should shake a stick at. It's fantastic. So you can watch by watching online at www.fitv.co.fk. Follow our channel, and it's all perfectly safe, so don't worry. If you don't,
It's not any dodgy sites.
it's not any dodgy sites. If you don't get your password, please contact us, and we will generate it for you. Sometimes the two companies involved don't talk to each other, which is annoying. But anyway, that's sorted. So, well, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.